My belief is that the mind is extremely powerful. It's not the answer, but it's extremely powerful in what we believe we create. Thank you for joining me on this little picnic time with the watermelon. What would you like to know that you think I might be able to answer?
About anything?
Yeah,
From any perspective.
anything.
When did you first really know, like, when did it really click in? Not just on a logical level, but a other level that just how it all works, how this not all works. I don't. That's too big a question, but like we were talking about that intelligence that is out there, but it's actually in here and it's everywhere.
It's right here.
Mm.
The journey of awareness has many epiphanies, so I had many of them, like many moments of like clarity and feeling oneness and knowing of like, wow, there's something very intelligent here. Um, that is the knowing and awareness that I've always had, that I had in connection with my mom, which is why I always trusted to follow my intuition, because I knew my intuition was connected to that intelligence. That's like our purest form of knowledge, like the way people think. Thinking is the smartest place. I always think intuition is the smartest place because that's in line with,
And you always had that?
yeah, that awareness. Yeah,
Mm.
from college early on.
Okay, so before that, there wasn't that.
It was there. It was
Mm.
always just gentle. It was
Right.
gentle.
So there was an awareness there that there was something else.
Yeah, and then the story of life just unfolded, and then I was able to connect the dots, and then it was the awareness was always there. I
You
always
just
knew that.
couldn't name it
I
or
always
logically
knew
kind
it.
of place it.
I
Mm.
placed it on many things. I knew what it was. Yeah, I couldn't place it anywhere or call it anything, but I knew that's where everything was like coming from.
Mm.
From yoga to everything, it was just this energy, and that's why I was so fascinated with the power of the mind, because we're connected to it, and yet not only are we connected to it, but we have the ability to create from it and like choose what to create, which is an extremely powerful thing. So yeah, that always fascinated me.
Mm. Young age.
Yeah, I mean, it really kicked off in college.
Mm.
I had a friend, a roommate, not a roommate, but he lived across from me when I lived on, not on Pearl Street, but on the hill in college, which is like a place that's, you live a bunch above like a bakery or something like that. A bunch of people are walking back and forth. A lot of traffic. Um, yeah, and I would make caramel popcorn. He always loved the smell on it. He would knock on it. He was like, "Yo, you making some popcorn right now?" Like, yeah, how did you know? Yeah, so he would, so I would always share popcorn with him. And yeah, he brought up the stuff about aliens that I used to be fascinated with, and in with my mom, like when I was in high school, we would connect about shit like that. And yeah, we started to connect about that, and then he showed me something that I haven't really saw before, and then he kind of that kind of took me
Mm.
on a journey
So
for
he gone
itself.
deep.
It sparked,
Mm.
well, in one way, on the surface. And after that, that sparked something inside of me, like I don't know what it was, but it was just like a remembering, because I knew
Right.
all of that, and then
You kind of tucked it away.
it tucked it, yeah, and then it showed itself again, and he took me a little bit deeper into it, and I was like, oh shit, yeah, man, why'd I stop this? Yeah, and then yeah, and then from there it was gone, because then I started to understand energy, started to tap into that more. I would really read books and try to understand it. And I would find teachers that I felt really knew it, because they would give me the chills when they spoke, or when I just knew. They would give me clarity, like Alan Watts. So I would buy all his books. And it got to the point where listening to the lecture was so easy because I would read his books and I could feel like I could predict what he would say. It was just
And
like
then you could feel that.
I could feel that, and then I could speak from that. So like my ability to speak and articulate was much different when I was reading. There's something within certain people that allows, that's more of a metaphor to saying this, but it might be very practical and legitimate. But it's something that it's in certain individuals that call them and allow them to be deeper vessels and listeners, or have the ability to listen and hear certain psychoactive substances. And some of those are where the basis of shamanism and deep medicine work come from. So I think it's that. And where that comes, that, or what that is, that, yeah, that goes deep. Who knows? It's like a little something. Something. It's got to be DNA, because DNA is what grows the whole structure. And maybe it grew my structure where the neurons of my left hemisphere don't fire as much in this kind of part, but they do really a lot in this one. So it's like you think this way, and I'm more over here, and that's all DNA. How does that happen?
Or if you're talking about DNA, is that more of a spiritual DNA? Like, it doesn't have to be like a physical transferring of something, but energetically it gets passed.
Yeah, I think it's
Lineage.
all. I think it's all
Yeah.
all the same thing, because what grows the DNA? I think it's that intelligence that you're speaking of. They spoke of before. It's the energy of everything. Do you have the thought, or does the thought come to you through the energy moving? Is it like the chi that has all the intelligence and all the force, and it's just us as a vehicle that can really download it instantly? My belief is that the mind is extremely powerful. It's not the answer, but it's extremely powerful. And what we believe we create. And I do believe we have the ability to heal ourselves, which means we have the ability to create ourselves and recreate ourselves. And I believe we have the ability to like detoxify ourselves and cleanse ourselves to the point where we can just be in a sauna and be on a cleanse for a month, water cleanse for a week, and like really go down to our cells where it's detoxing, and we're visualizing these cells being replenished with what are another cell that can take to something else. It's our ability to visualize and to rebuild ourselves with intention, and to cleanse ourselves and to clear that old. I believe that's possible.
Irrespective of irrespective of where you've come from.
No matter where you come from.
And no matter if you have that kind of lineage that we talked about.
Wouldn't matter. It's just those people that I'm talking about maybe are a little more receptive to that one kind, like the way, certain people from this part of Africa, which is proven it's like a sports gene. They're all the sprinters of the world come from like 2% region of. That's the same with medicine work and all that type of shit. And so that's why I say when you become aware of it, you got to tap into your superpower. And that was my superpower, and I became aware of, so I tapped into it.